Hey, Myers Barnes, I want to talk to you about a great subject, a subject that can set you apart into the next stratosphere from your competition. It's called the topic of goal setting. Goal setting is a unique topic. I love the topic of goal setting, and yet so few people have a goal. Isn't that amazing that so few people have goals? They say in all actuality that 97% of the population doesn't have their goals in writing. I don't care whether it's on your tablet, I don't care if it's on a piece of paper, but I'm talking about something that's in writing, something that's tangible, something that you can see, something that's not in your head, but something that's actually reviewable, something that has life to it. And that's the very act of goal setting. It's taking it out of your mind and dumping it down on a piece of paper or on a tablet and being able to review it on a daily basis. But let me give you what I call goal setting in a nutshell, if you will. It's about 6 basic steps that'll send you on the fast road to success here. So goal setting says this way. Number one, I'm going to start by writing my goals down. Novel concept, very few people do it, but the steps that I'm going to carry you through, only the elite do. So if you have something massive you want to accomplish, follow this procedure. All right, now, what is success in all actuality? Success can come in many different forms. Here's the real thing that you have to ask about success. You know, I'm often asked to talk about success, and you know, unfortunately, because it's a business environment, I always focus on the money aspects of it because it's something that we measure in business and it always seems to center around money. But I'll make a suggestion. Success is not just about money. Success can come in a lot of different factors. There, I'll ask you questions right now. Successful parent, does that make you a success? Absolutely, positively. Great marital relationship, can that make you a success? Absolutely, positively. Neither one of those have anything to do with money, but see, we tend to attach success with money. It's not just about money, it's so many other things. Good health, can that make you successful? Yes. So what's this? You've got great family relationships, you've got great health, you know, everything's falling into place. So the formula that I'm going to talk to you about just isn't about money. It can be applied to any facet of your life. But here's the way we go. Success can really be summed up into this. Success is driving ambition with a written goal. What do you mean driving ambition? Well, you actually have to have a burning desire to get to these next levels. I mean a real burning desire. A lot of people talk a good game, but very few people play the game. So I'm not talking about what you'd really like, but I'm talking about what you're committed to. So it's got to be a lot of driving ambition, and then you've got to have a written plan that'll channel that driving ambition. So I'm going to talk to you about this. I can't actually give you driving ambition, but what I can do is give you the plan. So I'll give you the plan, you supply the drive and ambition, okay? All right, so let's get started. Whether we're on our tablet, whether we're on our computer, moot point, whether we're on a piece of paper, it doesn't really matter. You have to put them in writing. But step number one is you must be able to think. Now, I mean, you have to unplug. Cell phones away, no interruptions. You actually have to thoughtfully think. You have to think about what it is that you want. Now, I love what Joel Osteen says. Joel Osteen says this about thinking. He said, if you think big, act big, speak big, believe big, you get big. Donald Trump comes right behind him after reading that quote, and he said, well, conversely, if you think little, speak little, act little, believe little, and think little, you're going to get little. So what I'm going to ask you to do is think big. Think bigger than what your circumstances are right now. Think yourself out of those circumstances, but you got to think big. What do you really want? Step number two is you begin to think. You've got to articulate the goals. They've got to get down on a piece of paper. They've got to get on to this tablet. It takes it from the unreal to the real. You've really got to get this plan down in writing. Now, when you write a goal, the first instruction, the major instruction is this, is a goal must be written in the first person, present tense, as if, now these are the operative words, as if it's already achieved. So it's first person, present tense, as if already achieved. So let's set a goal. Let's set a health goal. Just use a hypothetical situation. Health goal, weight. All right, you could say I, first person, use your name, Myers Barnes. So you see we're in the first person. Present tense, weigh. Well, weigh what? Weigh 145 pounds. Now, if you really want to get spicy with your goals, you need to throw a few adjectives behind it. You could go, I, your name, weigh a slim, trim, vital, healthy, energetic, rock hard 145 pounds. Now watch this. You've taken the intangible, you've put it to the tangible. What if you're at 170 and you say, gosh, but I'm not. Why would I tell myself? Why would I tell myself I'm 145? Watch this, you're projecting the future in advance. You're going to live into the goal. So it's got to be in the first person, the present tense, as if already achieved. Right? So you've just written your goal. I, your name, weigh, a slim, trim, vital, healthy, energetic. You fill the number in. Okay, now you've got the written goal. What's the next step? You have to actually write the plan for it. Some people would call this a business plan. This is a life plan right now, though, that we're working on, because we're talking about a personal health goal. But we've got to write the plan. You see, a goal is what you want. The plan is, how am I going to get it? And the plan is actually more important than the goal. I mean, setting the goal is important, but now you have to come up with a plan. So these are just examples. You'll be able to work on your goals later on after watching the video, but you have to write a business plan. So the plan would work this way. Maybe your plan is to join the gym and actually show up. Now that's a novel concept, but you're going to join the gym. So you would go, I, your name, weigh, a slim, trim, vital, healthy, energetic, rock hard pounds. You pick the number, and now you say, in support of my goal, here is my plan. Plan, join the gym. Plan, read one book on health and nutrition a month. You see, if you're educating yourself to it, if you're reading about it, if you're studying it, it impacts you. And you have to remember this if you're going for this health goal. You don't lose weight in the gym. Don't ever fool yourself on that. You lose weight in the kitchen, so you need to read about what you're supposed to eat. Now let me repeat that. You don't lose it in the gym, you lose it in the kitchen. So you have to read and study health and nutrition. So what's your business plan? I'm going to join the gym. Like this, I'm going to read about health and nutrition. Well, what could be something else? Maybe you're going to walk and or run 2 to 3 miles a day. I look at people and they say, can you walk 75 miles in a month? And they go, well, I can't walk 75 miles in a month. Come on, break it down, 30 days. In 30 days, that would be 2.5 miles a day. You've got time. Take yourself off of it. And by the way, leave this thing alone. You don't need to carry this with you. You'll be diverted. Instead, watch this. You could do twofers. What's a twofer? You could educate yourself, and you could also be walking and or running. You could be listening to something really motivational rather than this. Get rid of this thing. You see people in the gym like this all the time trying to work out. What kind of workout is that? All right, now, so we've written the goal, we've written a plan. Now your plan might be different. You figure out what the business plan is. All right, next step. So what did we do? First we thought big. We were at 170s, we were going to get down to 145. All right, what was the next one? Then we write the plan and you say, here's another step. Next step, watch this, take action. What do you mean? Take action. And you have to realize this in taking action. Situations and circumstances are never going to be perfect. And if you're waiting for perfect, you'll never get away or never even get started. So you have to just take action. There's an old saying, that you've probably heard it before, but it says, when it's all said and done, most people have said infinitely more than what they've done. Don't talk about it, do it. Take action. Just get started. It's the first step that's always the hardest step. Start. Take action. All right, we're going to start wrapping this process. What did we do? We thought it. We wrote it in the first person, the present tense as if already achieved. We wrote our plan. Now we're going to launch. Now, how do we cement this deeply into our subconscious mind so that we're constantly working on it? You read and review your goal daily. What do you mean, read and review it? Every morning I get up. First thing I do, it doesn't matter if I'm in a hotel, doesn't matter if I'm at home, really doesn't matter. Flip on. What do? While the coffee is brewing, I read my goals. I, Myers Barnes, weigh, a slim, you follow this? Watch this. I can talk to you about all sorts of relationships, like with my wife. I love my wife as God commands, with complete consideration and respect. And I start reading my goals. And you know what this takes? This takes about 3 to 4 minutes. And in 3 to 4 minutes, I program myself for success for the rest of the day. Question, how are you starting your day right now? All right, see, it's just a minor shift, Write the goals, start reading them every day. Here's the real thing about reading them every day. Sometimes people say, but I get off track, and I really do get off track, and I'm not seeing it through. And I go, the important thing is write it. The important thing is read it every day. I'm telling you, if you didn't even start it, if you just wrote it and you read this thing for 60 to 90 days, eventually your conscious is going to catch up to your subconscious, and you're going to start taking action. So just write them and start reading them. And then to add power, to really cement the process together, write them and rewrite them once weekly. Why? Why would I rewrite them? Well, because again, it's part of the cementing process. And the real truth is this. If you're reading them every day, if you're taking action, The reality is this: what you wrote a month ago, you'll have already be accomplished, and you're going to be writing and rewriting new goals. So let's review the steps again. Success is drive and ambition with goals. Now again, I can't give you the drive and ambition. You supply that. But I have given you the formula. So what do you have to do? You have to think about it. What do you mean? You have to unplug. You have to get away. You have to think, what is it that I really want? Use your imagination. Let it go. Einstein said this about imagination. Imagination is far more important than reality. Not about me, and I'm not saying this to try to impress you, but to impress upon you. When somebody said, how did you write a book? And I went, I dreamed about writing a book. And then my dream turned into a reality. Why? Because I imagined it. My imagination ran rampant, and then it became what? It became a thought process. Remember I told you to think it? And then I wrote it, and then I wrote the business plan. I took action, and thus the book was born. And so thus everything is born with following this one little procedure. So think it, write it. First person present tenses if already achieved. Write the business plan. This is really important. How are you going to get there? Take action. Stop talking, just go. Review it daily and then write it and rewrite it on a weekly basis, and you will be unstoppable. This is Myers Barnes, and I look forward to hearing from you about your newfound success because of your goals. Thanks so much.